Okay, thank you all so much for coming to BrainHack Vanderbilt 2025. First things first, I just want to get a few housekeeping items out of the way. If you haven't checked in for today, make sure you scan that QR code and check in. I'll pause for a minute to let everyone check in. This takes 30 seconds, please. So I have a couple of thank yous to give to wrap up our ceremony today. And so first and foremost, I'd like to thank the project leaders once again, and their respective PIs. We've actually been in contact with the project leaders since November, and they've put a lot of effort into helping to make this event a success. Without our project leaders, we would not have BrainHack, right? And so the project leaders spent a very long time putting together their GitHub pages, open sourcing their data sets, putting together their READMEs, creating tutorials for you guys to onboard new members, and really making sure to engage both in person and the virtual attendees. They've met with us continuously. We've sent them a bunch of emails, all of which they've responded to very swiftly. And so we really want to thank the project leaders a lot for just their constant effort and making this event a success. We truly, BrainHack really truly depends on our project leaders. So thank you all so much again. Next, I'd like to thank our caterers. So this is Beyond Events, Ghost Vegan, Papa John's, Panera. Yeah, they've helped feed us throughout this event. So, thank you for them. Alumni Hall is a really great place to host this event. And so we'd like to thank Karen Burnett and Alicia Patel, our event coordinators, for helping us reserve this space and making us possible to use the Alumni Hall space to make this event even possible in the first place. Next, I'd like to thank our speakers that we invited today. And so this includes all 6 of our panelists. Yeah, some of them were tuning in from strange time zones in Europe to join us in this event. Many of them, they took a long time looking over the questions that we had prepared and identifying which questions they wanted to answer, and then tuning in on a Saturday morning to do a panel for an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, that's we truly thank them for that, and they gave some really, really good advice, and I hope you guys can all took away something really meaningful from that panelist. I'd like to thank our train track speakers, so Dr. Roden here with us today, as well as Dr. Gannon and Yamin, for preparing our train track tutorials today. They've also been preparing these presentations for a very long time. We've been in contact for them. I think we initially started contacting Dr. Gannon in November. Dr. Roden actually voluntarily did his NeView presentation. And Yamin was also a big part of that as well. We'd also like to thank our keynote speaker, Anastasia Yendeki, for flying all the way from Boston to do her keynote speech, which we also, we're very, very thankful for. I'd like to thank a few people who are responsible for allowing us to advertise this event to gain to allow us to actually have organizers. So this includes Dr. Friedman, Michelle Bukowski, and Dr. Ivona for allowing me and Rosa to advertise this event and recruit people. Okay. Now I'd like to thank the organizing team for BrainHack Vanderbilt. So we have a total of 18 organizers here with us today who helped put together this event over the past 5 months. And so if it's okay, Rosa, I wanted to take some time to shout them all out. So first and foremost, I'd like to shout out Dr. Katie Chang. She is our PI in the Nerdy Lab, and she has been instrumental for just the conceptualization of BrainHack, as well as her insane amount of connections with PIs and like other professors that she helped us identify. Without her, we wouldn't have the connections to reach out to individual labs to recruit project leaders. Rosa will probably thank her later as well, but I just want to start with her. I'd like to thank our organizer leads for BrainHack Vanderbilt. So that would be Kim, Sarah, Tara, and Shansita, their leadership was truly monumental in helping make this event a success. So Kim specifically led the project and the train track teams. And so the project team consisted of Cynthia, Eunice, and Lisa, who were in contact with all of the project leaders to help recruit them to our event and make this a success. She also led the train track team, which consisted of Lily and Christine, who were responsible for coordinating the train track tutorials throughout this event. We had an amazing operations team led by Sarah, with members of Lucy and Sefika, who were responsible for all the setup as well as all the food that you guys ate today. So we thank you all for that. And also just like figuring out this like little camera that's like in front of us. This thing, like, it looks very inconspicuous, but the amount of like time and effort that it took to set up this camera, it was a lot. We still a lot. They worked 5 hours once on a Saturday morning from like 9 a.m. just to figure out how to get this thing to work. And so really that is all thanks to them. Tara in the design and marketing team, as well as Alyssa and Crystal, we'd like to thank them for creating all the merch that you guys have today, as well as designing this lovely banner and running all the social media and also these t-shirts. So thank you all for that. Thank you to Shansita for leading the development team, which consisted of David and Mashir. We have an incredible website, and we were able to, get the projects from the GitHub issues that the project leaders all filled out to the website. And so that also took a lot of effort and time. And so we'd really like to thank them for that. Oh, and also thank you to Maya, who was responsible for running our Discord channel and setting up that really cool like emoji react system to join the projects. And so thank you for running our Discord and making sure that all communication was viable during our event. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Of course, without these folks, we would not have BrainHack because we would not have the funds to, have this event in the first place. So we'd like to thank all of them incredibly. Thank you also to a special shout out as well to Valiant and ECE for their AWS compute power and also their generous support. Okay. Oh. Okay, so weekend goals, and I really want to emphasize this because this is why we have BrainHack Vanderbilt in the first place, right? So I hope you all learned a lot throughout this event. I know some people may not be coming with like extensive like data science or coding or neuroscience background. Some of you guys may have, but regardless of your backgrounds, we hope that you learned a lot and you took away a lot from these projects. Just based on the amazing project presentations that were given, I assume that we all learned something. I know I for sure, like working with Changli, I learned a lot. I've never really done like kind of foundation models, deep learning research before, and so I definitely learned a lot, took away, and this is something I'm really keen on working in the future. This goes without saying, but I think we all contributed very meaningfully to amazing projects this time around, and that's really thanks to just the hard work again of the project leaders, but also just the hard work that you all have put into this event. We shared what we learned with our fellow hackers, and the incredible project presentations are clear evidence of that. I hope we all had a good time. We all had fun. We all were safe, but please be healthy. And I think there's a little bug spreading around here, so vitamin up or do whatever you need to do to be healthy. And then, of course, everything was good with the BrainHack coding conduct. Oh.
Everything you all experienced BrainHack so far, and everything Stephen held, like multiple meetings every single week. They really sat down and put their blood and their tears into this event, so we can all just give them a little round of applause.
Thank you. And thank you all once again for coming to our event and making it successful. We really look forward to this event every year, and I hope you guys all found this event meaningful and would be willing to contribute in future years. So thank you all so much. Please exchange numbers, exchange contact information, stay connected for the rest of your time at Vanderbilt. Because this is what this event is all about, fostering these meaningful connections and making progress to science. So please stay in touch in the future. Thank you so much.